Welcome to This Is What I Do, where we explain the work that is waiting to be done in our community. I'm your host, Emily Morgenstern. Today we are talking to Kristina Broughton from the Muskegon Museum of Art. Welcome, Kristina. We are pleased you're here. We are the Rotary Club of Muskegon, part of Rotary International, a group of more than 1.4 million individuals from around the world whose goal is to create lasting positive change. We've been doing that here in Muskegon since 1916. One of our goals is to improve the local economy. This vocational spotlight program assists students in making rewarding career choices. We hope they can remain in our community and improve life here for all of us. That's why we're here today. Kristina, please tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Kristina Broughton. I am the marketing director at the Muskegon Museum of Art. And what I do really has a lot to do with design. So when you think about everything around you that exists around you, everything is designed. So you think about billboards that you see, you think about the cars that you're driving, and even like the things that you see when you're at the grocery store, everything around you is designed. And that's kind of what I do at the art museum. So I do graphic design, I do social media, I do marketing, communications, but I'm also designing experiences and kind of what's the journey that people go through, like at the art museum and even before they get there.
So tell us a little bit about how you got to this job. Maybe start with your education.
My story is a little different from most. So I originally went to school for architecture. I went to Grand Rapids Community College, and during my first semester, I took this amazing architecture course, and at the end, my professor pulled me aside, and he's just like, your creative talents are more than what the architecture field can give to you. And so he encouraged me to seek out a different creative career path, which was a little bit unsettling because I wanted to create like beautiful buildings like the Guggenheim Museum and stuff like that. But he's just like, it's not going to fulfill your creative needs. And so I decided to move back home, go to Muskegon Community College, and go into their graphic design program. So I got through that program and then transferred into Grand Valley State University into their graphic design program.
That's great. And that definitely shows, your story shows how important our teachers and professors are. Because in the moment we might think, we know exactly what we want to do, but with their experience, they know a little better. Exactly. So what else besides your education, your life experiences, your interests, got you to where you are today?
When I graduated college, I was really lost. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was working.
Most of us are.
Yeah. I was working for Wesco at the time, and I had gotten moved up into their corporate office, into their marketing department as like a print production person. So I used to make like the pump toppers that you see, the stickers that you see on the pumps, all the signage in the store. I would print that, but I wasn't designing it. I wasn't doing they put me on social media a little bit, but I was like, I need something else. And so it was really a lot of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I knew that networking was the key to get connected with different businesses and organizations in the community. So I went to networking events. There's a local ad club here on the lakeshore that I was a part of, where I would meet different business owners and other marketers in the area and just really connected with them afterwards. But also on the side, I started doing design work for small businesses. So like logo design, flyer design. And through that, people just started like recommending me to other small businesses. And that was probably the biggest payoff I could have ever had in my career, because I was just trying to build a portfolio essentially. But through that, I met a lot of people. So
it's all about who you know.
That's right.
But also having the skills and talents that
exactly.
you do. So as your job as director of marketing for the art museum, what do you find most interesting about your job?
From the marketing and design side, like my goal is to bring people to the museum. So how are people reacting to what I'm putting out there in the world? And I find it really interesting that some people are just, they can get offended by art very easily. But others absolutely love it. And so it's just finding different and creative ways to get people interested to come to your business.
So what do you find most challenging about your job?
I think the biggest challenging part is that people are really quick to kind of undermine what you do because, oh, it's just graphic design. I can make the same thing in Canva. I can do that. And that's the thing. But, an expert in Canva is not an expert designer. And so, start from a blank slate without a template or without pre-made shapes, and we can talk.
So what was kind of the biggest challenge or the biggest, challenges you've had to face to overcome things and get to where you are?
When I graduated college, I was like, yes, I'm going to be a director of marketing. I'm going to be a senior graphic designer. Like wherever that took me, I was amped and I was pumped and I was ready to just like get out there and hit it big. And that does not happen. And so patience and hard work and determination.
So let's talk a little bit about community. Obviously, the Muskegon Museum of Art is a huge asset to the Muskegon Lakeshore community. What values does your workplace have on being part of the community, and how does it show that it values being part of that?
The art museum, at its core, is their mission is to be an asset to the community in terms of accessible art, making it not as intimidating to the public. So art museums can be really prestigious and have this elitist kind of vibe to it. And part of what we want to do at the art museum here in Muskegon is to break that barrier down.
Let's move on to some discussion about life skills. So character is often described as respect, trust, and citizenship. How does what you rely on any of those traits, or how does what you do rely on any of those traits of respect, trust, and citizenship?
I have this motto that I'm always saying is to just be a good human. If you are just a good human, you will go so far in life. And so that's, respecting people and who they want to be. It's treating people as in the way that you want to be treated. It's being trustworthy, being reliable, be kind, because you have nothing to lose if you're kind, if you're nice. And when you treat people with respect in that manner, then you just go so far. You become more reliable. You become more trustworthy.
Talking about giving back to the community and being part of the community, how does that contribute to your own personal success?
There have been times in my life and people who have believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And those are people of our community, and they helped me. They helped me to get through what I was going through. They helped me to, find a connection that I needed to make. And so when I give back to the community, I do a lot of volunteer work. And I also teach college classes. I do stuff for the community because it's my way of saying thank you for believing in me. And when you're in a position where you need help from the community, it is so encouraging to see that there are people that care and there are people that believe that you can do it and they will stand behind you. And so when you have a community that does that and you get to a point where now you can turn the page and you can start helping the community, that's why I do it.
What advice would you give a student to best prepare for the job that you have?
The big thing is it is okay to not know what you want to do. I changed my major 5 times in college. It is okay. I changed my major my senior year of college. So, and that's not to say that you have to go to college either. If what makes you happy, what you want to do, doesn't require a college degree, then don't go to college. And I say that as an educator. I work in college. But do what makes you happy rather than what's going to make you the most money or what your parents wanted you to do. That's a really big thing, but I think one other really, really critical piece of advice that I would give to any students is to specifically in the design world, is to build confidence. And because you're going to be criticized, your work is going to be criticized. And so being able to not take that criticism as a failure, but taking it and learning from it and improving yourself is really, really important. And so build your confidence, do what you got to do, get yourself out there, do things that are uncomfortable and out of your comfort zone to just get that confidence built up.
Great. Well, there you have it, folks. Follow your passions and don't forget to give back to those that have helped us. We thank Kristina today for sharing her story with us, and we thank you for joining us. If you think this program might help someone else, please send them the link, and until next time, the Muskegon Rotary Club would like you to consider doing something good for your community.